Hi, it's a pleasure finally knowing you. I am Nicolas Doramas, the new sales director for Bebida Santos Almeida, one of your more important soft drink suppliers. Sorry for calling a meeting so suddenly, but I think that our sales inside our supermarket chains have been extremely disappointing. If we compare our previous expectations made 6 months earlier, for example, I'm looking forward that this meeting is going to be productive because we want to renegotiate the terms of our current contract.
Nice to meet you, Nicolas. My name is Josue. I'm from JB Supermarket. I think your initiative to negotiate the terms is perfect, and hopefully something beneficial will come out of this negotiation. It seems perfect to you if we start.
Yeah, sure. We have a lot of topics to get through this session, so may I begin by suggesting a procedure to follow for this meeting? It's important to mention that the previous deal established between both companies was made by the previous sales director, so I could have certain problems in the matter of understanding the current points that we need to speak about.
Yeah, I understand that deals was made with your predecessor, so certain figures would be harder for you to comprehend. But I agree to start the negotiation with a procedure.
So to begin this negotiation, I'd like to propose you to talk about the shelf space of our product. We as a company think that this section could be really improved if we reach an agreement. And day after day, this aspect is becoming more important. So we as manufacturers are not happy with the actual deals.
That's a very important point. You know, I don't have any problem to talk a bit again and make a deal for the future negotiation. I think that in negotiations, it's important that both glass has benefit. 50-50 or something like that.
Yeah, sure. The second demand is about the slotting fees. We think that we need to get to an arrangement by establishing a fee that supports both companies without getting to exorbitant figures. And the last two aspects to talk about are first the pricing strategy, and second the production promotion at last. How do you feel with the agenda we are going to follow?
It's fine for me, you are not the only surprised that have concern about this topic, so we could begin with all these three topics that you have mentioned.
Okay, so let's begin. We as Bebida Santos Almeida believe that our main product, fruit tissues, would be doing a lot better if it had more and a better shelf space above other American brands. We think that without knowing, you are favoring US suppliers instead of us.
Yeah, what do you mean by using the term favoring? We have currently allocated 30% of our premium fruit juice section to fruity juice.
Uh, we'd like that our share of the premium juice section at your supermarket to increase from a 30 to a 60%, with at least half of our bottles displayed at eye level of the potential buyer. Due to the Florida weather conditions, you rely much more heavily in the South American growers this year, like us. So we need you to stop giving your US suppliers such a lot of preferences and priorities and begin considering us if you don't want your juice and soft drink incomes to get even lower.
Oh, yeah, I understand. If we increase this, all other suppliers could complain because you are not our number one supplier. But in the future, you could be a very important supplier for us. We could offer you is to move fruit issues to end of Ace shelves, where people expect to find special offers, also where BSA's best-selling economy brands are currently located.
Yeah, I could agree in that term that it's good. It could be like for the future analysis for our team. But now let's get to the slotting fees. Uh, we don't agree with the current fees in this aspect. Well, you know that we pay $25,000 in fees for each of our best-selling economy brand juices, and only for fruit tissues, 100,000 fee. We mean like four times the other fees. I don't know what was thinking my predecessor, but we can't keep paying that amount to your company.
Oh, I understand. Some people think these slotting fees are unfair, but we could talk about it. I could take this take no suggestion to talk in the after the session with the financial group. We could have that in consider.
Mm, well, in fact, given to the poor sales figures for our premium brands, we'd like a full refund of the slotting fees for food tissues. And we would also want a 20% reduction in the fees for our other products. I think this is an agreement that we must be carried out, and since this is like an item that I personally think should have not even exist, like you mentioned before, it's kind of unfair. It's not ethical that certain supermarkets earn more money in slotting fees rather than their own sales, for example.
I understand your concern, but maybe the figures exposed by you may sound like a lot of money. But believe us that 250,000 is in slotting fees is not unusual for new and risky products. I get the point about the whole unethical application, but if a product does not sell well, these fees help us to offset the substantial loss the supermarket would otherwise make.
New and risky products? Well, our products have been in your market for a considerable time. I think maybe we should arrange a figure that satisfies both of us.
As I have said, we have another supplier, and they pay the complete fee. So we could consider this, but it can be a lot of discount, because it would be not unfair for the other suppliers.
Okay. Well, the next point to talk about is the prices imposed by you.
Imposed by us? Well,
Well, yes, and the standard margin on most of the products you stock is 25%. In the present economic climate, this puts an excessive pressure over manufacturers like us. We consider that if you cut your margin by 50% at least, our sales could increase substantially.
oh, yeah, I understand. We could think to help you with the other suggestion, but with this, we will be thinking to increase to 35% the margin. That will push the retail price over $2.
Increase to 35% margin. I don't know. I will talk with my financial team about this because, as I said before, you are putting an excessive pressure over us. Well, to finish my proposal, I think that is reasonable to ask for your contribution in our product promotion in the point of purchase.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean by contribution?
Well, I think that Jmart could cover at least 20% of the costs of all in-store promotion, like signs, visual displays, or product tasting. We consider a reasonable decision due to our investment in above-the-line advertising and also the margins you have been getting from us.
Oh, getting from you? Well, you are not only supplier of juice, so as I have mentioned, the margin we get comes from the other type of clients also. I think that 20% is a high percentage. What do you think on 10% helping cost and also an integration of your brand in our holiday discounts? This could help, your sales and increase the preference for your product. And also for final suggestion, we have a new social responsibility program. So the suppliers that use a lot of packaging in their products are now required to pay a fee amounting to 1%. The retail price on every product sold. This is a mandatory charge that also I put in consider for a future negotiation.
So you're asking me to pay another additional fee? Well, I have to discuss this further with my team, so I will get in contact with you in the near future.
Yeah, we will be waiting for your with for the next uh, for the next session.
Okay, it's been a pleasure.
A pleasure. Goodbye.
Well, I would like to hold my little hand.